Hello, welcome to today's episode of Abraham's Tent. I'm Cory Miller, and this is Joe Herring, and we're happy to be here with you. Today we're going to be talking a little bit more about immigration, which we've done a little bit of in the past, and today there's even a kind of a new swing to the immigration talk, which is the Australian deal.
Yeah, we've been put in the box on several different things, Cory. By the way, I'm Joe Herring, and my expertise in this comes from researching and writing. I'm a writer primarily. Obama left us with a lot of little landmines, and as a consequence, there are things that Trump would have wished to do that his hands will be tied on, and it'll take a little while to cut those bonds. But this Australian deal is one of those. Now, there's no reason why anyone outside of the two people involved, Prime Minister Turnbull and President Trump, should know anything about this.
Anything.
Except
Absolutely.
You have a leak. Now, my guess...
Talk about landmines.
Well, exactly. My guess is that somewhere in all of this, there's been a deal struck where Trump explained to the Prime Minister that this was not my policy, this is not the policy I would have pursued. However, because there was a commitment made, we'll honor the policy. However, now, knowing what we know about Trump, there's a good chance that there was a
negotiation
request made. Correct, yeah.
Absolutely.
So, take that and compare that structure and the way that went down to what's happening with the refugee and travel ban from those 7 failed states. Well, 6 failed, 1
criminal,
openly hostile.
Outlaw.
Right. Very few people realize that this has nothing to do with Muslims. This has nothing to do with Islam. This has everything to do with the inability to identify whether we're inviting Abdul, the friendly bricklayer, or Abdul, the insanely crazy religious extremist.
Brick thrower.
Right, who wants to kill us all, correct?
Absolutely.
These states have no functioning governments. They have no records for which we can corroborate the statements that are given to us by the refugee applicants themselves. So as a consequence, our much vaunted vetting system is worthless. There's nothing to vet against. All Trump has done is just point that out. And he has wisely and prudently said, just as you would not invite your friendly neighborhood homeless person into your house and say, keep an eye on things while I go to work. Oh, by the way, my 7-year-old daughter's in there. Would you look after her too?
Absolutely.
Without having any idea who he is?
It's insane.
Well, it is insane. Yet that is what the let them in crowd is expecting us to do on a regular basis with tens of thousands of people. Now, the insanity here is augmented and enabled by the beautiful, resonant voices in the media who are perfectly happy to call this a Muslim ban, who are perfectly happy to put out headlines that say Trump bans Muslims, and then in the 17th paragraph at the very bottom says, oh, but not all Muslims, only these. Well, who's reading down to the 17th paragraph? Not their target audience. Their target audience
doesn't even read the article.
Exactly.
They read the headline.
They see the headline and they're
Muslim
off
ban.
to march.
Absolutely.
Right. This is what we're up against. You know, we fought, those of us who are very active in politics, who followed the scene, we've resisted all of this type of behavior for the last 8 years under Obama, where it was institutionalized. We're tired.
Yeah, absolutely.
How many of your friends on social media are just like, I've had enough.
Worn
I can't
out.
do it. I just can't do it. Please, if you feel that way, I understand it. But leave the bloody fights to us. Okay? That's what we do. But you just concentrate on learning one thing and learning it well. And then tell your friends, tell your neighbors, your coworkers, so that when they say something boldly incorrect, like this being a Muslim ban.
A lie.
Correct. Or they're just simply mistaken because they have taken
They're parroting
the
with
word.
absolutely.
Right. You can be the voice of reason that explains, well, no, it's not. And here's why. That is your job. Our job is to figure out all the rest of it and to continue to bring you vignettes like this. This has been a production of Global Faith Institute. where incidentally political correctness comes to die.